Last week, we told you about a surprise development in the fight over what to do about the old William Penn High School. It seemed destined for demolition, but then the one person with the power to actually make that decision said not so fast. What's next for the historic but dilapidated building? Seth Kaplan joins us live from the school's front lawn. Seth.
Hey Taylor, yeah, that detail about the front lawn is an important one because we thought until last week the only question was whether this historic facade in front of the building might be preserved while the rest of the building is demolished. But then last week, Harrisburg School's court-appointed receiver Lori Susky told us she wanted to take a pause and put everything back on the table. And yes, everything includes the possibility of not demolishing the building. She says she decided to take the pause after getting input from community members who she said hadn't had the opportunity to express their views to the school board. There's already a $7 million contract to demolish the building, but Susky has the authority to stop that from going forward. And the reason for that is because Harrisburg is different from other school districts. You have the elected school board, but because of the problems in the district over the years, you have that court-appointed receiver who oversees the school board. And so with that pause, you think, well, the people who care about the building must be really happy, right? I called one of them, Corky Goldstein, who's an alum, a longtime resident, and I asked him, you must be happy. And Corky, joining us now live, you said yes, but that doesn't mean you're in favor necessarily of preserving and restoring the entire building.
If it was possible to preserve the building, I would be happy. But what has happened over the years, it isn't possible. And these people are very well motivated who want to save the old building, but that would be in the $80–90 million at least. My belief is at least this is a historic building. It means so much to so many of us and to the city. And we could at least save the facades. Maybe these pillars on this side, on that side, on the other side, and have private developers come in and bid. And if they keep up the facade, these private developers get huge federal tax credits. So it's very incentive to them to do that. So that's what I'm pushing for.
And so that is one option on the table, and we'll hear a lot more about that coming up tonight at 5 with Corky Goldstein. So you had anything from the possibility of the whole thing being demolished, nothing left, $7 million to end up with a pile of rubble, which is what the receiver said she didn't want, to preserving the entire building, and then all of that middle ground in between, preserving the exterior architectural features of it, but getting in the hands of a private developer, back on the tax rolls for a district that has fiscal issues. All of that to consider. Taylor, as you well know, because you've been covering this story, big meeting coming up next Tuesday, September 12th at 6 p.m. That's when the public, anybody who wants to say what they want to say about it, will have the chance to do that before the school board. And again, in the meantime, much more coming up live tonight beginning at 5 o'clock right now, live in Harrisburg. Seth Kaplan, ABC 27 News.
All right, Seth, thank you for that live report.